This is your girl Kalia. Hey, this is your girl Kalandra again.
And this is your girl Daphne Hilton, and we are Blue Mouth Music Consultants. Hey, I know you all been wondering, what do we do?
And we're here to tell you.
We offer services like vocal training, vocal technique, artist consultation,
event management, and studio session planning.
So head on over to our website at www.bluemouthmusic.com
to book your free 30-minute consultation
today.
Hey everybody.
Hey y'all.
What's going on?
Oh, it's been a minute.
Where y'all been at?
It's been a minute.
Where y'all been at? Y'all fun. Y'all acting fun. Where y'all been? Hey, this is your girl Kalandra.
And this is your girl Daphne, and we are Blue Mouth Music Consultants.
We are so glad to be back. Yes, we have been on a short hiatus.
Yes, we have been busy in them streets. Been in them streets.
Why? Yeah, we glad to be back, but you know, God has been blessing us. We went on this beautiful retreat and had so much fun.
Okay. Now we ready.
And all that good stuff. And Weez is back.
Yeah, y'all. When I tell y'all, God has been so good. Hey. Y'all, this retreat was so great. I mean, I know we starting out talking about the retreat, but we are a music consulting company. We specialize in a lot of things. So please go to our website at www.bluemouthmusicconsulting. Now, this retreat was so great. Y'all, God moved, and it was amazing because we had, you know, a lot of times, you know, when we go through trials and we go through trials to triumph. So God had to allow us to see his hand when nobody else could even put their hands in it. God had to put his hands in our retreat, sir, and made it an awesome experience. We just want to thank everybody that just came out and man, everything, the love, the support. Anything you got to say?
You know what? We're just grateful for the sponsors. We're going to share those with you guys. And y'all, we're just glad to be here tonight. We got a great interview that's going to take place. Like we said, we've been busy doing individual things and collective things. And this retreat just really blessed us. We had to take 2 or 3 days and rest after the retreat that we did. But it's just gonna be great. We're excited. It was so great that they like, y'all needs to do that
right
again.
Right. Because we said every other year. Right.
We wouldn't.
But now they're saying, okay, we need an encore. We need an encore. Y'all, it was just so good.
It was.
From the meet and greet, we actually went off of the resort to do our meet and greet. And then we did our industry session, y'all. Oh my goodness, it was so good. J. Tyrone Hilton, Tyler Little, and ourselves, of course, myself, Daphne, and Kalandra. We also was a part of the retreat. The industry session. And y'all, the game night, they were so competitive. I was like, oh, y'all competitive. But it was so good, y'all. We were like big kids in this room. And they were not like playing cards or they were interactive, engaging games, and they were all geared toward the senses of, you know, your musical senses, and you know, singers are thinkers, and to catch the phrase, and to, you know, it was just so good. And then we had our morning meditation where we actually went out at 6 a.m. that morning, and we watched the sunrise, and we did affirmations. Someone did singing. We prayed. It was just wonderful just to release. And then we had someone else was just talking about how, you know, God's church started out not in a building, but just a group of people either at the sea or sitting somewhere just discussing the goodness of God. So it was just so awesome, y'all. And then they're all white.
Hey.
The all white affair. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful. and the decorations were beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, the food just all 3 days was just
That food
phenomenal.
without the
Y'all,
China.
it was so good. But they're all white.
Yeah, it was good.
Y'all ain't saying no, just kidding. We had so much fun, good, clean fun. But
Amen.
it was
Let the church
so
say
good. I
amen.
mean, just from Tyler Little and Marcus Carr, they
Yeah.
serenaded us, and then an awesome band. What their names again? The band. Don't do that.
Is yearning
The band.
for
Benjamin and Jonathan, J Bass and Brian. Brian, yeah, Brian. Oh my goodness, they were so Marcus and Tyler. Then they tried to toss the mic. I'm like, oh God.
Everybody was
They was
singing.
tossing the mic. It was just beautiful, you
good.
guys.
It was
So please, please, and please, if
good.
y'all,
Keep your ears open.
you better get in early because we have a cap on how many people
Amen.
that we want to come to retreat. Because if the retreat is too big, then no, we're not reachable. And we want to always be reachable
Yes.
and always be untouchable. So we want to make sure that that stays. What's going on in my head right here?
Girl, I don't
We
know.
want
Put
to.
it
Oh, that's
up.
the little thing right here.
Put it,
Okay.
put it, put it.
We just want to make sure that that stays authentic, and the just the whole integrity of being approachable and reachable stays there, in the essence of that. So
Listen, and we want you to make sure you share this tonight. Share with your cousin them and everybody everywhere, because we know we're getting back into it. We've been out for a minute, but we're so excited. There's a lot of things that you'll find on our Blue Mile Music page. We have some snippets out there, some jingles that we wrote for
yes,
some of our clients. If you need a jingle for your TV show, your movie, whatever it is that you got going on, contact Blue Mile Music Consultants. We got just what you need. And also
the
keep it.
articles too.
Yeah, we are writers for gospel the magazine. We're magazine writers. We provide
Indie,
insight.
it's the Indie Exchange Gospel Choice Music Awards. They have a magazine.
Yes,
And we've been writing articles. We write 4 articles a year.
right.
So it's every 3 months that we have been writing for them. We may talk a little bit about I'll let Kalendra talk more about that. This big thing that's happening now with Media Base and Nielsen. So I think that's pretty interesting. So we'll talk a little bit about that too tonight. We may do it at the end. But anything else?
Yeah, and please be on the lookout.
He
Even though
said,
we have,
Chris said, oh, we had so much
right,
fun.
right. Even though we have conversations with Blue Mile, we also had the honor to interview internationally through the Indie Exchange Live.
Yes.
Some of those,
oh my goodness.
Some of those episodes are ready. We're going to be posting it on our website and our Facebook page. When the episodes come, there are 1 or 2 that are already out, but we'll post the flyers so you can look out for the books at X and Bull.
Yeah, X and Bull.
Africa, we were able to interview them. Someone, I think she was from Russia or somewhere.
Yeah, the pianist, and the other guy was from London.
London. So I mean, God has just enlarged our territory. We've been able to talk with so many great artists. Right. And tonight, we're gonna go and start this interview. We're gonna get this thing started.
He back there smiling with them big white teeth. I see you.
She always talk about them white teeth.
Yeah, they so pretty.
We about to get started. We want you to invite your friends to come on in as we
share, like.
This, sir. He had a chance to interview us.
Yes.
And now it's our turn to put him in the hot seat.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's hot.
And we cut up. So we kind of quiet right now. But as soon as we get started, whoa, somebody better hold your mule. Let me tell you something. We about to introduce. He's a singer, songwriter, influencer.
The infamous.
She said the infamous. I'm just going to let her look. AJ, CEO, Bets Boy, 30, entertainment. Which includes music, fashion, and philanthropy.
Absolutely. And also he does his show.
Let's
take a walk. With
Mike Robinson.
Mike.
So guess what, guys? Come on and put your hands together as we get ready to bring in Mr. Mike Robinson. Come on and give it up.
Spear fingers.
How y'all doing?
We're doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Y'all got me backstage rolling. I'm weak back here.
Don't
Ah,
get weak.
I love it.
y'all are
Don't.
so crazy.
Yeah, yeah, we guilty. We guilty.
I love it.
But Jesus paid the charges. We guilty. You know what, Mike? Thank you so much for taking the time to interview with little old us.
Yes, yes. It's a privilege and an honor.
And we just want to put you in the hot seat a minute, because but we ain't gonna have you on here about an hour or two, because we got to get out the studio. So you ain't got to worry about that, okay?
Got
Yeah,
you.
they be kicking us
They
out.
go they gonna kick us out, so we can't stay in the studio that long. But
Got you.
listen, we're so excited to have you tonight. So we like to get on in this and just have fun and do what we do. So what we want you to do is to introduce yourself to our audience. Tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get started and what you're doing? Well, number one, just tell us a little bit about who Mike Robinson is, and we'll flow from there.
Okay. My name is Mike Robinson. As you said, I am just the overall creative. Um, I do. I'm a singer, songwriter. I'm a podcaster. I like to think I'm an influencer. Um, I do
I saw
philanthropy.
philanthropy on there too.
Philanthropy. I love to give. I love, helping people. Um, I do, fashion. This is one of my love is my superpower.
Oh, that's cute.
Um, with the hat or whatever. So hit me up if you're interested. Um, and I just do a little bit of everything. I love being creative. Like I said, I do fashion. I'm working on this. I'm not done with it yet, but I do custom
Okay,
shoes.
for the sneakers.
Yeah, I do custom shoes,
Somebody
so
a
I'm working on that.
sneakerhead.
So you kind of name it, and you name it, at least attempt to do it. I like to try to feed my passions. Um, I'm from Rochester, New York, but I currently reside in Hampton, Virginia. Um, I'm married 16 years to my wife Dee.
Ooh.
I have 3 kids. I have 2 sons and a daughter. Shout out to them, Mike, Tay, and Brianna. Um, what else? I work in the government sector uh, with the human resource. I work for the Army.
Y'all
Um,
share that coming
Ooh,
veterans. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
and I was.
ooh,
I, oh yeah, I was in the military for 12 years.
ooh,
Um, doing some doing administrative, and then I got into the Army band and band and chorus, and then I started just
okay.
kind of literally like singing for a living. But
Wow, that's awesome.
to kind of answer your question, I started very young, I guess, as most people do. And I started in the church,
Mhm.
singing in the choir, that type of thing. But I was very, very ashamed of it because I live where I grew up. Um, Dudes did not sing. You know what I'm saying? So like I would literally pretend not to be able to sing so that my friends
Wow.
would not know that I could sing. And then
Wow.
later on, I realized that girls like guys who could sing. So
Yes,
I
they
started
do.
I started leaning into that a little bit more. And then as I started getting into the music, just being a New Yorker, I'm a fashion guy, so I love sneakers and I love colors, and that kind of went along with it. And fast forward, here I am. Bet's Boy 30 is my company. It's named after my mom. May she rest in heaven. Her name is Elizabeth Robinson, but her nickname is Bet. So I'm Bet's
Oh,
boy.
that's so
You
cute.
know what I'm saying? So that's my company. And as she said, it encompasses music, it encompasses fashion, philanthropy, in all forms of entertainment. Anything that can educate or inspire, I'm with it. I also host the Let's Take a Walk podcast, which was birthed out of the pandemic. It was something that I always wanted to do, but didn't really feel confident to do it. But during the pandemic, I mean, I figured I might as well try it.
Might as
And so
well.
here we are, 3 years
Listen, we get
later
it.
and some change. And I really enjoy it. I've had the pleasure of meeting so many amazing people,
Absolutely.
present company included. Um, and I've really grown and I've learned a lot from the people that I've sat down with as
Yeah.
well, and I've been able to incorporate some things in my personal life. So, I think I've talked y'all to death. So
No,
that's
you
that's
haven't,
it.
but we have more questions though. You
Okay.
Yes.
haven't. So it's amazing that you said that. I'm Army as well. Y'all know I'm Army. I always, promote. Ooh, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I work for the government as well, so I understand that you got a busy, busy, busy life, and you are an artist. And I did read in your bio where you released some music. You done wrote for Kendra and sister the Lockets, Kendra Lockett. That girl can holler. Anyway, so I did see that, and is that said right, Kendra? Is it
Keandra.
Keandra? I'm saying it wrong. Keandra Lockett. She has a fashion line out as well. So, but I read your bio. I'm like, man, you do so much, and who would have thought? Who would have
Right.
thought?
Right.
I was like, oh my goodness, he does so much. So, being a dad and being a husband, and you got small kids, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So
I have a 11-year-old and a 4-year-old, and I
Mhm.
also have, wait for it, a 26-year-old as well.
wow. Okay. All right then. Okay.
You so funny. You so funny. You so funny.
That's all good. I mean, I love that. You started all over again.
Yes.
Um, I know. Well, I have a friend that she just every 10 years she decided to have kids. So she got them. She got 3 kids, but they're all 10 years apart.
Oh,
So
wow.
just imagine.
Yeah.
But I said all that to say you're such a busy guy, and God is still using you. It's because your podcast is phenomenal. It's awesome. It's
Thank you.
it's freeing. It allows you to just be free and
Yeah.
just and very transparent, which I love that. And then you don't mind asking those hard questions as well. So hats off to you, sir. I appreciate that. So our question is, how do you find balance in all of the multi things that you do, the multifaceted uh, hats that you wear? How do you find balance with wifey and kids and job and still being an artist and being a podcaster and still you got your clothing line? I mean, you got so much you got going on. How do you find that balance and to making sure these things across the board you're giving them as much as you
Yeah.
can to make sure they're being nurtured?
I like to think that I don't balance it; it balances me.
Oh,
So,
that's good. Okay.
I just try to stay true to what my true priorities are. And so it's, God,
Mm-hmm.
family, and then business. And so
Absolutely.
if I keep things in that order, they tend to work. Things tend to work out. Um,
Absolutely.
another word is communication.
Yeah.
Hey, I got this going on. Hey, I got that going on. So everybody is on the same page. So our schedules rarely ever conflict, and then just
Really?
being able to take that time to spend together, whether it's my wife and myself, or
Yeah.
my wife and myself and the kids, or just me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's important too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's just all those things balled into one. The kids, they understand what dad is doing,
Mm-hmm.
and they support it. And sometimes my daughter even it co-hosts the podcast sometimes.
Okay.
Oh,
So
wow.
I like to keep them involved. So to answer your question, it's kind of like a little ball of stuff. I I'm very laid back, and I really like to. I'll go with the flow. And so again, I let it balance me as opposed to me
Wow.
trying to juggle and balance it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you got to have that balance, and it's good that you involve your kids so that they can feel a part
Yes.
of it. and they won't
Yes.
feel that dad is forgetting about
Mm-hmm.
them, but they're a part of it. So
Mm-hmm.
they
Right.
can really get that.
And also too, them understanding. So as they get older, nurturing them into it. So
Right.
you never know, because they may have the same call as what, so a lot of times the callings are passed down through the lineage. So
Right.
you never know. So just getting them involved and
Right.
introducing them gradually into, this is our life, not
Right.
just dad's life. That's awesome.
Right. And
Yeah,
more so, I try to in- inspire them to go after whatever it is
yeah,
that they're inspired by. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? If they see me going after the things that inspire me, that feed me, that edify me, then they're more prone and more natural to go towards the things that they want and not be
Yeah,
intimidated by, how difficult it may look. You know what I'm saying? Because if dad can do
absolutely.
it, I could do it.
right,
Absolutely,
right, right,
absolutely.
right.
Because we lead by example. I mean, it is what it
Absolutely.
is. We lead by example.
Yeah, and what you saying that there are difficulties that may come up, but we like to call them challenges. We don't like to call them problems. So, what are some of the challenges that have come up that you faced in your career or in your calling or what you're trying to do, even from your podcast to the music to the fashion to whatever it is that says this is Mike Robinson, this is my brand. What are some of the challenges that you've come against?
Well, I'll tell you, the biggest challenge is not even outside; it's inside. It's me.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Like, as I'll speak from a music standpoint. You create, but you're also keeping your ear to the street, so to speak. So you're listening to things on the radio, and you're constantly saying, "Does this compare
Mm,
to what I'm hearing? Oh, this is not good enough.
got you.
I'll start all over." That type of thing. Just it's a challenge sometimes, just getting out of my own head and
Yeah,
understanding that everybody has a remnant that is assigned to them or attached to them. And so while instead of comparing myself to others, just more so convincing myself to lean into what I'm doing, concentrate on what I'm
Absolutely.
doing, because there are people in groups that are waiting on what I'm
What
doing.
you
And
got
so
going on?
if I keep my focus on that, then I
yeah,
definitely could get more things accomplished. So to answer your question, it's more so, again, myself, because I'm an independent artist. So
yeah.
it's not
Oh,
like I
we
have
good.
a record company waiting on me to turn in a project. It's not like I
Right.
got, somebody telling A&R and me telling me that I have to sound a certain way or be a certain way. It's me. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. And most of the
that can be the biggest challenge because, as the saying goes, we are our own worst critic.
I
So,
was just,
Worse,
yeah, I
worse,
was gonna
and
say that.
worse
Yeah,
critic.
sometimes we're the ones that get in our own way.
right.
Yeah.
It's really not everybody else, and we're probably harder on ourselves
Yeah.
Right.
than anybody else. And it's just because we want to be the best at what we
Absolutely.
do. We want to
Yeah.
represent an excellency, but we have to realize we're human, not
Mhm.
perfect, imperfectly perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
so that's good right there because most of the
Mm-hmm.
time we are our biggest problem.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And like what you were saying about keeping your ear to the street. I think that's good that we do keep our ear to the street, because you want to be relevant in whatever you do. It doesn't, not even just your music, just you, even as a creative, you as someone that's in fashion, you got this new stuff coming out. We just want to stay relevant, but at the end of the day, when God gives it to you, he has a platform for it.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And that I had to learn.
Yeah.
When God gives it to you, he has a platform for it. So, like you're
Absolutely.
saying, stay true to yourself, stay true to God. But even those little influences on the outside that we look at and we listen to, it may influence us, but it will not change the core of who we are. So that's the main thing. Um, like Tasha Cobbs, Tasha Cobbs, she got the hymn project out, right? And it was amazing because it's like, um Maverick City, if you notice, they merge hymns
Hmm.
together with their CCM sound, and
Absolutely.
it works. It actually works, keeping your ear to the street. So
Right.
what's happening now? If you notice, the trend is people are going back to adding a little hymn and adding
Right.
some of the old school type music into their music. I've been noticing that a lot. I'm like, okay, Lord, everybody's starting to, turn it back around. Like
Right.
there's nothing new under the sun. And we know
Absolutely.
there's nothing new under the sun. Just like I keep telling y'all, this quartet, I'm telling y'all, this quartet gonna be the next new sound. It's
Let me
going to
t-
be the
let,
next
let
new sound.
me let me let me tell y'all something. Okay, so not I'm sorry to cut you off, but
No, this is good
that
stuff
just
though.
really it struck a chord with me. So a few years ago, right? I had got booked to sing in Eufaula, Alabama, right?
Where is that?
I heard that.
I ain't never heard of you, follow.
It's a small town in Alabama. I think
Yeah.
it's close to Pensacola, Florida, maybe Tallahassee area,
Oh, okay.
by the
That's what
Panhandle.
well, no, that's not what Keela had, but she said they not far from Pensacola.
Um, so I got booked to go to sing there. I was myself, another independent artist from Colorado, and a young lady named Deanna Ransom, I think.
Oh yeah.
So we go there, right? And I guess the day that we were supposed to go on, there was a quartet concert going on the same day. It was a Sunday afternoon. And it was a quartet
My God.
situation going on the same day, but just at another church or whatever.
Uh-huh.
When I tell you that our event was it was so little people there.
Wow.
I mean, I
So,
thank God for the people that did come.
Yeah.
So, because some of the people that showed up were singers from the quartet concert that came over after they,
Oh,
but
wow.
I'm gonna tell you when though in those places like that, quartet concerts, they shut the whole city
Packed.
shuts down.
yeah.
Be packed.
They,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
shuts the whole city down.
Absolutely. I'm
The-
telling you, it is
Yeah.
coming back. That
Yeah.
yeah.
sound is coming back. I mean, with the vengeance. I'm like, man, and it's these young brothers out here, these young brothers. I mean, I forgot the name of the group, but he had on a snapback, he had
Mhm.
on some Timberlands, he had on some jeans and a hoodie. He was up there singing that quartet like it was. I mean, he was like, "Ah," I said, "You better sing." He had on that little snapback. I said, "Oh my God," because back in the day they got the same color suits, and
Hmm.
Yeah,
they got this.
yeah,
They're not doing that anymore. They just
yeah,
coming out there looking like you got on the snapback and a hoodie, and they
yeah.
singing quartet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was one of the things that I talk to art when I have artists on my podcast. I talk to them about that, about imaging and how people how had it has evolved over the years. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you were saying, how the quartets used to be suited up and looking
yeah.
like the Temptations, but not they're not doing that. They're
Uh-uh.
not doing that now
Uh-uh.
these days.
Mm-mm.
Because they're doing it a lot younger. But my first time experiencing a quartet was I went to a concert with my former pastor. We went to see the Canton Spirituals. It was Canton Spirituals,
Okay.
uh what's Vicky Winans and somebody else. But the Virginia Airs. That was their
The
name, the
Virginia
Virginia Airs.
Airs.
Oh my
All of them got to
gosh.
have an heirs at the end of their name. Oh,
When I'm
Lord, forgive
when
me.
I
I'm
tell
sorry.
you by the time they finished, and listen, no, it was the Virginia Airs and the Canton Spirituals. They were both um, um, quartet group, but you heard of the Canton
Okay.
Spirituals, I'm sure.
Okay.
But the Virginia Airs, I'm telling you, by the time that thing was over, man, I was in tears. I was no good after.
I
I so I
know.
so I understood what the quartets, the power that the quartets got.
Right.
They they
Absolutely.
they got it.
So Absolutely. So I said all that to say, you just be authentic to you, what you're doing.
Yeah.
I promise you
Absolutely.
it's gonna come right back around. So keep
Absolutely.
our ears to the street, but still at the end of the day, your authenticity and who you are still is still going to, you
Should
know,
shine through.
it is. You're gonna see it. So yes, we are our biggest critics, but at the end of the day, what God gave you, He
Yep.
got a platform
He
for you.
does have
So
it.
That's
He
right.
does have it.
so this is really really good. So tell us and our audience, what is your why of why you do what you do from all of the different hats? Because I want to hear the why from all of the different hats that you wear, because you got several.
Um, wow. That's a listen.
Yeah,
Why?
that's a good question, huh?
Yeah,
You got us, we got you back.
yeah,
Just playing, just playing, just playing. That's
yeah.
a good one.
Um,
Huh.
why do I do why do I do music? The reason why I do music is, well, it started selfishly at first, because, and what I mean by that is, um going through things, coming up as a young person, you deal with certain challenges and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Music just was an escape for me. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? I didn't really do it to, impress anybody, or,
mhm.
a lot of times people didn't even know that I could, carry a tune at all. But that was something that was kind of therapy for me. I remember when Brian McKnight,
Uh-oh.
when I
Yes,
first found
yes,
out Brian
sir.
McKnight, man, I would just sit in a room in the dark and just and just
Well,
listen to
Jesus.
and Brian McKnight. But the reason why I did, but it evolved. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I saw how people were affected by, what I was doing.
Yeah.
I started out doing R&B. I even released an R&B project called One Love. Yeah,
Really?
that was some years ago. But fast forward, my former pastor, same pastor that took me to that concert, he said,
Yeah.
he knew that I was doing R&B music, but he said, God's told me to tell you to just write a song,
Right.
a gospel song, write a song to Him, write
Absolutely.
one song. He said, write one song, and so I wrote this song called "Look What You Made Me." Look what you made me, Lord. I'm not what I used to be. Um, I can't even do it right now, uh,
Uh-huh.
but that's what it was about. Look what you made me. Like I was at one place and now I'm here. Look what you made me. And
Ah,
so um, once I wrote that song, it was just kind of like open the floodgates.
Right.
And so I started
I love
writing
it.
more and more and more and more. And before you knew it, I was doing a project called God Is, and I wrote the entire project and produced a big portion of it.
Uh-huh.
And again, I saw how it was affecting people, and more so people that were close to me. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it
Right.
was helping people who may have been nervous about maybe doing something in music or doing
Yes,
something in anything. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
You can
Absolutely.
do it. You know what I'm saying? It was more so a project to prove to people that not only I can do it, but they could do it too.
Right.
Um, the reason
That's good.
why I did do the fashion was because I always, when I was as a kid, I was grew up with a single parent, just my mom. She very educated, always working. It was my sister and I,
Mhm.
and she did the best she could. However, she couldn't always do. I couldn't always get the Jordans. I couldn't always get,
Absolutely.
you know, the stuff that was popular at that time, and so I kind of made a mental agreement with myself that once I started making my own money, I would never that would never be an issue for me. And then so as I got older, I started working, making my own money, and I definitely stayed true to that. But then as I got older, I started looking around and I see everybody pretty much wearing the same thing, the same brands, the same style, same thing, this and that, and third. And I started thinking to myself,
Uh,
why don't you start doing stuff for you, doing your own stuff?
mm-hmm.
What would be if you do your own stuff? You guarantee that nobody will have it, and
Right.
Absolutely.
you'll always be original, and you'll always be fresh and stuff like that. So I started out with if I showed you the t-shirts I started out with, you'll probably laugh.
They were
You know what I'm
janky.
saying?
They
But
were janky.
I got a little bit better over time, and the
Yeah.
designs got better, and the ideas got better, and I got with people who
It's
knew what they were
evolved.
doing,
Absolutely
and I kind of
evolved.
evolved into what you see now. And
Yeah.
I had a design that said "I am the difference," and that was a really really big breakthrough. People really gravitated to it. But that
I
was the
like that
reason.
though.
What was one of the big reasons that I did that was for just a personal fulfillment. And basically, too, I was thinking to myself, we give our resources away so freely, but we don't take the time to create our own opportunities.
Yeah.
And so this was my way of creating my own opportunity.
Right.
So that's a big thing too. And so why I do the podcast. Again, this was something that I always admired people who did it. You know what I'm saying? I
Uh-huh.
always thought it was really dope how,
Yeah.
the red carpets and people sitting down and talking to their favorite actors and singers
Yeah.
and all that. I thought that was really, really dope. And so it was always something that I secretly wanted to do. But then fast forward to the pandemic, excuse me, as many people have, you spend a lot of time alone. Locked, well, not necessarily
That's
alone,
amazing.
but cooped up in the house. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna do it. My daughter, she does Girl Scouts. And nowadays when they do the Girl Scout cookies, now they have to do their own little commercials to
Oh,
advertise the cookies.
really?
So my wife bought my daughter a ring light. So I saw that. I said, "Where'd you get that?" And so she told me what she got it from Costco, like a Costco type of place that's in our town.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, "Get me one." I gave her the money, and I was like, "You know what? I'm about to do this podcast. I'm gonna do a podcast. I'm getting me a
I
ring light,
love
and I'm
it.
gonna do one too."
I hear that.
So she brought me the ring light or whatever, and I got one of my friends. Shout out to Larry Miles. He's a comedian. He
Okay.
lives in matter of fact, he lives in Atlanta.
Okay.
Okay.
And he was my first guest. And it was so crazy because what I didn't know was that, okay, so I was doing the interview. He was in his car. He was doing the interview from his car.
Okay.
But what I didn't know was at the end of the interview, he said that he was homeless and he was actually living in the car.
Oh, wow.
So that that blew my mind. But he still agreed to do the interview with me.
Wow.
And
I love that.
yeah,
Wow.
and it was wow. You know what I'm saying? So it just kind of went from there. But that my reason why for doing that is to just provide an opportunity for people who don't necessarily have
Yeah.
a name or a machine behind them. Give them the
Yeah.
opportunity to promote whatever it is that they do.
Exposure.
You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that they are gifted at. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, our mission statement is providing a platform for those to provide their God-given gifts as well as the products that they provide,
Right.
products and services that they provide. And that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like small business owners who have viable businesses, have viable products, quality products that don't have the promotion behind them. They don't have
Yeah.
people, they might have people in their general area, but this is a chance for them to see people in other states. You know what I'm saying? I've been able to
Yeah.
sit down with them and it branched out to comedians and doctors. And I've had a few artists. Like I've had Keandra Lockett, Monica
Yeah.
Stevenson, Rhea Miles,
Yeah.
Kevin LeVar, um, you name it. You know what I'm saying? And so this has really been a journey. But my why is to try to
Yeah.
bring that connection between people that may have never had a reason to connect. Now this is their reason to connect. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
somebody may watch somebody that I have on and say, hey, I got a
Mhm.
I got a building and I didn't even know what to do with it, but now I'm going to
Right.
offer it to this person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I got this money that God is telling me to sow, and
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to sow it into this person or
Right.
in this person's business or whatever it is that they're doing. And so that's my ultimate goal,
That's
and
a
that's my why, to kind of bridge that gap between the people that don't know each other,
Yeah.
that can connect and create, you know, great opportunities.
Yeah.
So
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I love that what you said because we actually started in the pandemic as well.
mhm,
God gave the idea to Calandra, and because we really wanted to, we knew that a lot of our artist friends and industry friends were sitting at home. Um, that pandemic stopped a lot of things, so a lot of podcasts were birthed during that time to continue to give our peers exposure and
right,
to just kind of make sure that they were okay. I think our first title was "How You Doing in This Pandemic?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
you
yeah,
holding up in the
right,
pandemic?" It's amazing because there's so many great podcasts out here, and it's good to even connect those.
right,
Just like we were on your platform, you're on our
Right.
platform, and
Right.
absolutely,
like Mama Sue has a great
Yeah.
platform. It's so many out there, and so I love
Yeah.
that you did it.
Yeah.
yeah,
I love the fact that you actually did it.
That's a blessing. And in all of that, the main thing is that and we're the same way. We just have a heart for the people. We want to be used by God to bless other people and to have a platform that they can prosper and grow and network and meet other people to go to the next level.
absolutely.
So we know we got to start kind of wrapping up with our time. So let's do this. What's next for you? What's next for Mike Robinson? What is next? You already told us that you had a project out that you did. We know
Yeah.
about your podcast. We know about the shoes you're working on, the sneakers,
Ha
the
ha
the
ha.
and we get that because we got an apparel line. We're trying to do apparel line,
Ah,
jewelry line, all that stuff.
get that
So
sticker.
we get it. I love the sneakers. I'm a sneaker girl.
Yeah.
So what's next for Mike Robinson?
I had taken somewhat of a hiatus from the music. I hadn't really done any music in some years, and so I'm starting to feel the desire. So I released a single in January called "He's Able."
Okay.
Okay.
You can get it on any streaming site. It's on YouTube. You can check it out.
Okay.
But I guess this is an exclusive because I haven't told anybody else. But God
Keep
gave
it
me
special.
a vision, and I've only done the one song, but
Okay.
God has given me a vision, and the project is called Before Now.
Okay.
So I'm going to complete that project. What
Awesome.
I'm seeing is an EP, but I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it's going to be called Before Now. And basically, I can't tell you the scripture offhand, but it's basically saying, embracing the things that are ahead of me, old things pass away.
That's it. Paul said that
Yeah.
Right,
in Romans.
right. So,
Hmm.
so
Well,
the
good.
old things is the before and before now.
Okay.
Um,
We're
so
excited.
that's the scripture behind it. And so
Yes,
that's what I'm
exciting.
doing. And I'm going to continue to
A
what's up?
question. Is
Okay.
it gospel, R&B, inspirational?
Oh, it's definitely gospel. It's
Okay.
gospel. My friends call me. One of my friends called me Gospel Tank. So,
Oh
so
Okay.
no.
I
yeah,
can see that.
it's definitely
Yay.
Glory.
it's definitely gonna be gospel.
Okay.
but it just has kind of like an R&B thing
Okay.
because I grew my mom kept me in church. However,
Oh,
um, my influences were more in the street, so it sounds my
yeah, oh, I get
my
it.
We get
my
it.
I'm an
style.
808 girl,
We
so I
get
Right.
get
it.
it.
So
I love that boom
Listen,
boom. I love
it's
808.
you
So
gotta. It's the lyrics. We get
right,
it.
right.
You know
right,
the music catch them, the lyrics keep them. That's what I say.
right.
Music
So
catch them, and the lyrics gonna minister and keep them.
right. So I'm just going to continue to promote and promote because I feel like everything intertwines. So the music
It is.
intertwines with the fashion,
Okay.
Absolutely.
which intertwines with the shoes, which intertwines with everything else
Yeah.
that goes after it. So to
Yeah.
answer your question, um, the next thing that I do will be this music project, and and
Yeah.
of course I'll still be doing
Awesome.
the
Your pod.
podcast.
Hmm.
Awesome.
So basically, you offering a whole package, and I think a lot of artists are doing that now. They have their song, and then they're gonna probably have shirts to go with it,
Right,
or a line, and then they have, it's a whole package now.
right,
Um, a friend of ours, he got the book, which I could acquire. I connected with his song, and so everybody have something, not just the music, but they have other things to go along with the music to create a package. So I think that's a great idea that you do it that
Yeah.
way, because a lot of artists, they're not just singing music. They're doing so much more
right,
outside of music, which they are still artists, but they have other things they got going on,
Right.
that can actually have multiple streams of income
Yeah.
that can
absolutely.
Yeah.
bring some income in. So this has been so
It
good.
has.
I have one more question
Okay.
about I know your Let's Take a Walk with Mike Robinson. Everybody know about that one, but tell people how to reach you, and if you do have music, are you on Spotify, Amazon, those types of things,
Right.
those particular platforms? Just let people know how they can reach the infamous Mike Robinson.
Um, the usual suspects. You can hit me up on Facebook. Uh,
I like that. That was a good
uh,
one. I like
but
that. The usual suspects.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
Facebook.com / Mike Robinson 11. That's my Instagram title too, Mike Robinson 11. Or you can go to my Let's Take a Walk page, which is Let's Take a Walk 2020. Um, Also, you can hit me on my email, betsboy30 at
Okay.
yahoo.com. And that's it. I do have music. I do, as I said, I released a single in January called He's Able. That's
Okay.
on any streaming service
Platform.
that you know of. It's on there, Tidal,
Okay.
Spotify, Apple, that whole thing. Also, my older music is on there too.
Okay.
The project is called God Is.
All right.
Um, it has about 10 tracks on it. I even have some interludes in between, what I call
Uh,
pastorludes, because I
oh, look
didn't think
at you.
nobody else was doing that. So I figured I'd do some pastorludes in
The
between.
Pascaloos.
Yeah. So
That's cute.
I took excerpts from some of my favorite messages that I've heard from some local pastors that I did, and I chopped them up and put them in.
Oh, that's nice.
Um, and so yeah, and
I like that.
you can go on they're on any streaming service too, also on YouTube. Check me out.
Okay.
Um, and that's it. Oh, for if you're interested in t-shirts and all that, you can go to my
And
Facebook
hoodies.
page.
Okay.
Also, it's I Am the Difference.
Okay.
Facebook I Am the Difference.
Okay.
And you can hit me up on there if you see something that you like. Hit me up and be like, hey, I need that. What size and whatever, and we
Right.
can chop
Right.
it up.
We
I
get it.
want a hoodie.
We
Yeah.
get it.
All right. All
You
right.
want?
I mean, you go to my page and see what you like, or I could, send you something, send you some pictures or whatever,
Yeah.
and I got you.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah, I want one of them. So do you have a hoodie that say "I am the difference"?
I can have one.
I know you can. I am the difference.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. This has been
Yeah.
such a great, 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 great Great interview, Mike. We thank you for taking the time to just sit down with us and tell us about who you are, your brand. We want all of our audience to go out and support Mike, get his music, go check out his apparel, and just really watch his show. Let's take a walk. And it's a great show. I think you just had Lisa McClendon on there, and so it's a
Yeah,
great show.
she got a nice song out
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
so it was a great show. We thank you so much for taking the time to share with us here on Conversations in the
I
Blue Zone.
know. Thank you so
Let,
much for
let me
just.
share one more exclusive with y'all before we go.
Oh,
Now that you, since you bring up Lisa McClendon, I didn't tell her this. Okay, so me and Lisa went to high school together.
what?
So,
Oh, I
so
need that hookup.
I talk. Hey, listen, let me know. Um, we went to high school together, and I had a humongous crush on her.
Really?
Yes, right.
We can sing.
So we were coming up on prom time,
Oh Lord.
and everybody was getting dates or whatever. And I wanted to ask her, right? So it got to a point where we was by ourselves. It was just me and her in the hallway. We were in this group together in high school. And after rehearsal, we just ended up just me and her. So I was like, this is my shot, right? So I started talking to her and I was like, I don't know what I said, man. But I ended up babbling. And then somebody came to where we were, and I just chickened out.
What?
Yeah, that was one of my biggest that was one of my
Wow.
biggest regrets. But you know, God had a plan or whatever.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
but
But
yeah, I
you
always
got her on
regretted
your
that I
show. That's
chickened
all
out.
that matters.
Yeah. And
She
then
was on the
fast
show.
forward, she's been on this that was her second time. Second
Okay.
time being on
Okay.
the show.
Okay. I like
But
Lisa McClendon.
Yeah, I like her
We're gonna
too.
try to get her the next time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
I tell you what, this has been great. Thank you for sharing all these exclusives with Conversations with Blue Mile that
Yes.
no one else has shared. You know, we feel so
Yes.
privileged.
I can't wait till your project come out.
I know it.
Thank you. Me too.
That's gonna be
He
nice.
come on me too. We're
Thank
gonna
Yeah,
you.
it's
definitely
all the
support.
gospel R&B stuff. Lord Jesus,
Yeah.
help us.
We definitely
We
gonna
gotta stay
support.
safe.
You
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Stay safe.
All right. Well, we're gonna let you go, brother Mike. Have
All
a
right.
great
Thank
night.
you.
Tell the family hello and
Will do.
thank you.
Yes. Thank you again, Mike. This
Thank
All
was
you
right.
so
great.
Thank
much.
you so much for having me. I
Of
appreciate it
course.
so
Of
much.
course.
All right. Have a good
You
one.
too.
All right.
Man, that was
It
so
was good.
good.
It was
We
good.
got comments in the box and saying how great this was, a great show, and it's just it. I think that the vibe was just there, which is nice, good energy, good vibe. We like Mike Robinson anyway, so
Right, right.
um,
So we're so grateful tonight, y'all. We got to get ready to get out of
yeah,
here.
we got 7 minutes. Can you talk about the media base and the Nielsen? Yes. Yep.
I'm trying to prevent myself from coughing.
Yeah, I know it's okay.
Not you can talk about it. You can talk about it.
Oh, come on,
Now,
Calandra.
I'm trying to, just because I know once I start talking a lot, I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
start coughing.
Oh, okay.
So that, yeah,
Okay, I get that.
and I'm trying to keep us in the hour time frame.
Okay,
So
so guys, we did an article in the exchange about the media base and the Nielsen billboard, the BDS rather, Nielsen BDS charts that report to Billboard. So what's happening now, you guys, as of December 2022, they will not be using the BDS Nielsen charts any longer. They'll be moving to the media based music charts for the Billboard. So the Billboard charts will still be available. It's just the data that's being reported to the charts are going to change. So instead of the BDS Nielsen reporting data, they're going to switch up and do the media based reporting data. The only thing about media base, you guys, right now for indie artists and artists that depend solely on internet radio station, media base is not currently does not track the internet station. So it's still out there where they're still trying to make some negotiations to see if Mediabase will track those internet stations. But as of now, if you're looking to jump on the charts and get on the charts for Billboard via media-based data, you really will have to get your songs to a terrestrial or satellite station so to be accounted for in the numbers for reporting to Billboard. So just wanted to put that out there. We did do an article. You guys, once the article is out there, please go to our page and read the article. Some really good stuff in there. So just wanted to put that out there. And again, thank you so much for all of the sponsors. I think Calandra's going to run the sponsorship video now. Thank y'all. If we would not have done the sponsorship without you. So we would not have done the retreat 2022 without you. So thank you everybody for your love, support, financial support, pats on the back, encouraging words. We appreciate you guys, and look out for 2023. We're doing it again in September. Just keep your ears and eyes to the street, y'all. So, but right now she's going to play that video for us.
And guess what, guys? This is your girl Calandra.
And this is your girl Daphne. And we are changing the game for the kingdom. Bye, y'all. Bye. Love y'all.
Blue Mile is a company started by two international award-winning recording artists who saw a need for something different in the industry. Music is what we know, do, and love. Our mission is to fulfill the mandate to educate, empower, and enlighten individuals by sharing musical knowledge to promote individual success. We offer vocal training and techniques, artist consultation, event structuring, songwriting, and studio sessions. Visit our website at www.bluemilemusic.com. Blue Mile, changing the game for the kingdom.